Grudy's Racing Resto. Let's get into today's shit. You shut up. Right. 530D E39 gearbox. Yoke has a bit of a unique guibo, so I went and purchased a new tail shaft today for this car since we've got to build one. So guibo either end, big slip joint, big uni in the centre, take all the power we can throw at it. This is the E39 gearbox yoke. I've slotted it, machined the face down, the nut will sit under nice and easy and it will move all the way in. Done, that will work. Centre bearing will be changed, more than likely E34. It's all got to be off the shelf stuff, so if he breaks his car whilst he's away, you could do, he could be in Queensland, he could be in Perth, he could be doing a Targa event somewhere, and if he breaks it, we need to be able to buy stuff off the shelf. So this is an E92 330D tail shaft. It will run the Spicer gear on the rear. So that's R200 Spicer gear. I will cut front and back. We have the guibo that should go, the flex disc that should go on this is actually a hard thing to find. The 530D E39 is not an easy thing to find, and the tail shafts for it was something near on non-existent, so I had to modify. Now this will still take the 530D guibo if we ever have to go back to that, but we should be fine. This will be an off-the-shelf item anyway, so we're trying to make it foolproof. So the guibo from the 530D box was actually too close to the dual shear, so I would have had to pull that out. I'll probably have to remove that and put a kink in it where the guibo sits and take down the bottom. Let's see if we can get this sorted. One hand holding camera and a torch. Right, so we've probably got to take this corner down here and got to bend it up here. Now, whilst we're here, downpipe's done, merge collector's done, twin 2-inch into a 2 1/4 inch merge out to a 3-inch flange. Nice, that'll work really good. Full single 3-inch will go under this car. Right, so we will run this big slip joint, which is what I wanted, and we will run whatever centre bearing we have to. If we have to make an adapter and run the E92 centre bearing, we will. E30 CVs, they've been purchased, they've got to go into a box and be shipped off. It's always a little bit of a mess. Right, now, we were talking about dropping the subframe before. At the moment we've left it with the lowered Delrins because with the unknown future of tarmac rally in this country and with the sanctioning body putting such strict rules in, a lot of tarmac guys have actually been considering just circuit racing. So we have clearance. I would like a little more, but that will be sufficient for now. There's a few flaws in this R200 setup from Brintec. Their spacing was a little close to the top. Using a cut and shut standard tail shaft wouldn't be an issue, but I have 2 cut spaces in there now. There is another issue. Trying to get into the nuts to tighten it up will be difficult, so I will relieve this here and probably run along here with the TIG, but I'll do it in situ. CV shafts won't come out with the diff in the car. So either remove lower control arm and then remove CV, or remove diff centre down, drop CV off the side. It's a little bit of a flawed design. Hey, I understand why they've made it and how strong these diffs are, but if I had been on this project from the start, I would have actually just done a 188 with the Gresham outboard CV adapters. Now we will see once this car's on the ground with everything in it, with all the weight on it, how far down the spring's set, and we'll go from there. But other than that, yeah, update on the car. By the end of the weekend, we should have at least the front half of the tail shaft sorted lengthwise, maybe the rear, and then I'll be waiting for a centre bearing, whichever fits first. And then I'll continue on with the 3-inch exhaust. Now, I will be running an O2 sensor in the bend. The merge is quite nice and neat. Let's see if we can get a torch on the inside. Oh, I put a bit of a TIG weld on the inside as well. The welds they're a little dark. A lot of heat in there, but they're strong. They've penetrated all the way through, and most of the inside's pretty good. I don't know if we can, yeah. Let's see if we can see down there. Yeah, the merge is pretty good. I always like to try and get the inside perfect. The inside's got to be as neat as possible. CBR. Rode the old MC today. First time in a while. It's definitely fun. So yeah, this is where we're at. Tail shaft, exhaust system, put the car down, and start finishing up everything else. So yeah, if you're considering doing the R200 and you think you'll be pulling CVs and stuff at some stage, look, it's not just a bolt-in affair. Many guys have probably done it, run a second-hand tail shaft and things, but we try not to do anything half-assed here at Grudy's. We try to make it so it's future-proofed, and we try to make things as strong as possible. Hence why we've gone to the largest shaft we'll get under there, and a big spline and a big centre uni. So yes, that centre uni is not really rebuildable. I can de-stake it and re-stake it. It is a possibility. So largest diameter that I could go. So yeah, once it's all done, I'll take a bunch of photos. As always, I'll do a video. I might do a little short on it once it's all done and throw that up. And yeah, we'll put it in, and I'll have a spare large Guibo yoke, which will be a bonus to have on my tail shaft shelf. Yeah, let me show you. So Grudy's used to be just a wrecking yard, and I just did a few little jobs here and there, a lot for myself, and I sold a lot of stuff. But now, all I really do is just builds. There's no real time to build and sell, and second-hand cars have gotten really expensive. So yeah, I have a whole different arrangement of tail shafts. This one here is actually a E9 CS tail shaft. I stock E34, I stock all sorts of stuff. Joe's car actually has a centre bearing adapter kit, which I made. Bolts into the rear tray mount and the centre bearing. And this car here, this little black car, actually takes an off-the-shelf 6-cylinder X5 tail shaft with the CV on the rear. Well, hope you guys learn a few things today. The one thing I would like to teach people is definitely keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. I know my missus hates the saying, but it is so true. If you can buy stuff off the shelf, if you can modify something minor to utilise it, then if you're out and about or racing interstate, it's easy to find parts. If it's a complete custom part, like the Willwood brake kits that Island Engineering do, they are not a Willwood two-piece rotor, they are an Island Engineering only rotor. Take you a month to get another set of rotors, so always keep it simple, stupid. Thanks guys, have a good Friday night.